Hey everyone, Jennifer Lee Chan here from NBC Sports Bay Area. And, just kind of it's Saturday and the 49ers are off this weekend. It's a little mini bye. So, just been kind of thinking about the team and where they're at and how much is ahead of them. And, they're 4-1 in a really tough division. And the fact that they are undefeated in the division makes a huge difference for them going forward. Um, you know, it's been nail biter after nail biter, but really all that matters is that it's a W. Now they've done it with guys that are backups. They've done it with guys who, weren't on the team at week one. So the fact that they're finding ways to win, I think, is a really positive thing for the 49ers. Now, when they've shot themselves in the foot, like facing Jacksonville, they lose games. When the Los Angeles Rams basically shot themselves in the foot, 49ers win. So they just have to take advantage of every opportunity that they're given. And they've got to make sure that they are not giving the ball away. And that was the huge difference in the last two games. Who fumbled? The losing team. So I know it seems basic, but they've got to take care of the ball. And apparently they can do it with backups, Kendrick Bourne and Demarcus Robinson as the top two wide receivers. It should be Brandon Ayuk, Ricky Pearsall, and Juwan Jennings. Hopefully they'll get some guys back going forward, but it sounds like George Kittle's not going to be back this week. Maybe Malik Mustafa gets his window opened up, which, would help out the defense. But man, how they're winning games has been incredibly crazy. And the fact that they're able to do it and finish, which is what they could not do at all last year. And this year it's with younger guys. It's a younger roster outside of special teams, younger roster, younger quarterback, not than last year, younger receivers, younger defensive line. They just have to all contribute. And it's whoever makes the least amount of mistakes. And I think that's kind of the theme of everything that's happened so far for the 49ers. They're going to get guys back. Yetur Gross-Matos will be out for a while. More younger guys are going to get more experience. Kalia Davis is going to have to hand surgery, or he did have hand surgery yesterday. He's going to have to heal back, probably be back with the club, similar to CJ West. But CJ West, Alfred Collins, Michael Williams, those guys contributing makes a huge difference. Guys like Fred Warner, of course, are going to be great on the field, but it's making less mistakes. And, with younger guys on the field that haven't played a lot of reps, that haven't had a lot of practice, it's hard. I think Malik Mustafa will give a boost to the defense. And, Kendrick Bourne, his energy, everything that he does just brought a huge energy to the offense when they needed it because they were without so many players. Kittle is the one guy. George Kittle is the guy who motivates everybody. He's behind everybody. Let's go, let's do this, let's do that. And without him on the field, yes, he's around the team a lot, but none of the injured guys travel. That in and of itself is an interesting thing. So Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Ricky Pearsall did not travel to LA. It's only an hour flight. I guess they thought they'd be better served in Santa Clara doing rehab, but it really is odd to me that the injured guys didn't travel. Juwan Jennings didn't travel. None of those guys traveled. And I would think that Brock Purdy would be on the headset, even if he couldn't, if he was just sitting by the bench. I would think he would be there listening to the play calls, wondering, helping Mac Jones, helping the offense in any way possible. I don't know whose decision it was, but I find that fascinating. So it's a question we're going to definitely ask Kyle Shanahan at some point this week. Why did the injured guys not travel? I mean, is it a sign that Brock Purdy's toe is worse than we all thought it was, or than they let on that it was, or is it just because for an hour flight, I almost understand it if they didn't travel, if it was an East Coast game and they're out there, in the air for so long, pressurization, altitude, all that stuff. What does it say? I'm very curious to see what the answer is, why the 49ers did not travel their injured players. Um, if guys have issue walking and maybe, but Juwan Jennings' most apparent injury right now is ribs. Yes, he had the ankle injury, but it was good enough for him to play. Yes, he had the calf injury, good enough for him to play. Shoulder injury, good enough for him to play. But the ribs now are the worst one when he got crunched at the end zone. And I get it, you can't breathe. Maybe that one it makes sense for no altitude with the rib contusion, broken ribs. I don't know. But for George Kittle to not practice, or not practice, but not travel, Brock Purdy to not travel, um, I want to know why. In other news, Mark Sanchez, word to the wise, if you're out in public, have good people around you that can help you. If you tend to be someone who gets out of control, have good people around you that will stop you from being out of control. Um, Obviously, details of the case are being released as they're coming available, but the police department in Indianapolis said that reported that Mark Sanchez was arrested in the hospital, stabbed 4 times. I go to Indianapolis every year for the combine and feel very safe downtown. So, not sure exactly what happened, but have a good circle, have good people around you. And if you get like that when you're drinking, drink less. Um, be safe out there. All right. Talk to you guys soon.